ahead.
Hey, Jose.
Hey, Em, how you doing?
Good. How are you, honey?
Good.
How have you felt since you've been back?
Felt good. I'm feeling fine. Getting the at-bats, getting back in the groove, getting my legs ready, catching multiple games in a row. Nothing like that to get your legs ready. So, yeah, just kind of sticking to my routines. Obviously, it changes a little bit as I play more, but definitely sticking to the routines and just going about it the way I can.
You've always been touted for your defensive game. What have you done, and what strides have you made offensively to bring that to the table
Just
as well?
working with Louie, Krabby, and Bergie, digging in some analytics, launch angle type stuff, mental stuff with our mental skills coach Josiah. Just a variety of things that come into play that get you prepared for a game. Whether that's flips in the cage, BP off the machine, regular BP, or reading a book, reading a quote, anything like that.
Is there anything mechanically that you feel like you've done that you're doing differently, or that that I guess that dive into the analytics, the dive into the video, all that kind of stuff has opened your eyes
Yeah,
to?
definitely. My swing, I didn't have much launch angle to it in the past few years, and getting to work with our hitting coaches every day in the off season and spring training and summer. I actually was able to, dive into it a little bit and get a little bit more launch angle and try to work up that plane, go from there.
Thanks, Jose. That's it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, other questions for Jose? Chris?
So I'm curious. No appearances at first base. How did that feel last night? Going in comfort level.
I was a third baseman in college, so that wasn't really anything crazy. I played first base in the fall league a couple of times. I think it was 2015. I think it was after my first full season. The Rangers were like, "Hey, you're not going to go over there to catch, or you're going to play first base and hit." And I was like, "All right." So it was okay. It wasn't too bad. I felt fine. I was hoping a ground ball would be hit to me and try to make something happen, but yeah.
How did that conversation go with whenever he approached?
I was coming in off the base, and off the bases, and he had just asked me. He goes, "Hey, can you play the infield?" I think it was him or Walker, both of them. "Hey, can you play the infield?" And I was like, "Yeah, where's give me my glove?" And they're like, "You're gonna play first." I was like, "All right, let's go. Whatever I got to do, whatever we need."
All right, thanks, man.
Other questions? Evan Grant.
Hey, Jose.
Hey, Evan.
I'm just curious here about this. You've caught 2 of the first 3 games in this series, and when I went back and calculated this, I think the ball has left Tatis's bat at an average of about 110 miles an hour. Have you seen a guy in your career be that locked in for a full series where everything is coming off the bat that loud?
Yeah, I mean he's a great player. He's a good player. I came up playing against him. I've gotten to watch him, grow into what he is now. He's definitely an exciting player, but he seems to be, on the right track. He's a big leaguer for a reason. And he's getting his pitches to hit, and he's hitting them.
Chris has said that he wants to take more of a look at you, and that you'll have more of an opportunity to play. I know you're thankful for that, but behind the plate as catcher, there's that air of responsibility that goes along with that. Kind of. Are you comfortable now? Taking charge back there.
Yeah, no, I feel comfortable with it. Especially learning from Mathis, Trinos. I definitely feel comfortable, and I think that's the job of a catcher. Is just it doesn't matter how old you are or how many times you've been behind the plate. There's 8 other guys looking straight at you. If something happens, they're looking straight at your face. They're looking at your mask. They're looking through you, and it's your job to show that kind of confidence to be like, hey, we're in this together. I got your back. You got mine. We're all good, and just take that responsibility. That's fine with me.
Hey, and then the last thing for me is this may be anecdotal and I don't have a lot of data to back it up, but it feels like you're driving the ball to right field really well. Is there anything in your approach that has made that more possible?
Nothing
No.
really. Just
Okay.
getting a pitch to hit and driving it wherever I can get my barrel on it.
Okay. So you're not necessarily looking opposite field.
Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking to do some damage with whatever pitch I get.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to tell you my approach right here in front of everybody, but yeah.
Don't worry. Thanks, man.
Other questions? Rick Renner.
Hey, Jose, great to see you, buddy. I'm just kind of curious. You've always had such an amazing positive attitude, no matter what hand you've been dealt. I know you battled through the injuries a little bit, and then basically did everything this team wanted you to do, and yet still was sent down. How have you been able to kind of keep a smiley face on all that and just keep working and striving?
You just like you said, it's how you respond. You take what they tell you, you digest it for 24 hours or so, and you find out what you need to do, whatever you need to do to help the team. It's the same as someone going to work. They tell you you're not doing, you need to do something else at work. You're going to find a way to do it. For me personally, I kind of saw it coming. And once they told me, I accepted it, and I was like, okay, now let's get to work. What do I have to do to get back up here? Whether that's working with the pitchers more, catching, hitting, anything like that. But for me, it's always how you respond to things. I think that's what you're going to get out of it. If I were to sit there and mope about it, I don't think I'd get anything done. Especially my teammates will be like, "Hey, what's wrong?" I don't want that attention. I'd rather be focused on going forward and just responding to it in a positive way.
And lastly, for me, I wanted to ask you about your buddy Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. I know you had a big hand in his development into being a catcher. Both you guys were infielders and then turned into catchers. I know you were a superstar down there in Corpus Christi area. But I'm just curious, when you look at Izzy's defense, do you think the catching has helped his defense out in the infield?
I would say it's the other way. His defense was helping him catch, but he's an unbelievable infielder. I think the world of him, man. He can make some plays. I think it was last night he made a great play in the hole that shortstops in the league are doing that, and it's like, man, you see Izzy doing that, and it's exciting to see Izzy do that. But it's nothing. It doesn't really surprise me that he's doing it. I've seen him make plays like that all over the field, whether it's at second, third base, shortstop. Izzy's got a great glove.
Thank you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Other questions for Jose? Levi, and then Dave.
Hey, Jose. I just wanted to ask you a little bit about Colby Allard. What is it about him? As a catcher, you've caught him. What kind of sets him apart, and what do you think it'll be? As he's looking to stick in the league and to finally stop kind of being up and down. What's going to be the key to him sticking in the big leagues, you think?
I mean, I don't have the key for him, but from what I see, the mentality separates him from everybody else, man. He is on attack mode the day he knows he's going to start. The day he wakes up, I think he's brushing his teeth in attack mode. Like, this dude is going forward. He's like, you know what, let's go. Like, let's attack. Let's get after these guys. And, he has a game plan. He studies the hitters. And then it makes it easier on a catcher when you have a pitcher, come in and be like, hey, I want to do this. I like to do this. You kind of run through it. And Allard, I think he's going to be in this league for a while, just because of his attitude. He's always bringing the energy. He's always ready to pitch when the ball's in his hand. And you're playing defense behind him. You're like, okay, we got a chance to win this game today.
Mm-hmm. We've heard that from as I've talked to we're good. Sorry. Yeah, we've heard about his attitude from Chris Woodward, from some of the other pitchers, and now from you. Is there? I'm not even sure exact question. Like this to having it like a win. You just said. Other guys that have that talent that just whatever reason that hump into the sort of mentality that Allard
Yeah,
has?
maybe. I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's the way people are raised by their parents. Maybe it's the way they came up through the minor leagues. Maybe maybe a book has opened up their mind to it. But the winning mentality, I think it can be taught. I really think it can be taught. But you have to be, willing and open to make those sacrifices that it's going to take. And I think Kobe does that. Kobe definitely does that, where he's going in. And like I said, he gets the ball, and you're like, okay, this dude is ready to go. He's fired up, and you're fired up. And it's something that, let's say, everybody around you, you're like, man, it's kind of one of those days. And then you see Kobe has the ball, and it's like, let's go. We're going. Our pitcher's ready to go. We're going to go.
Last little thing for me is there another pitcher that you would compare him to on that level as far as mentality goes?
On our team, or
anybody that you've caught or played against even?
Oh man, shoot. To be honest, like the attitude of Lance Lynn, that's Kobe Allard. Like he might not show as much emotion, but the way Lance is, the way he carries himself, the way he goes about his business, like Kobe is in that area for sure.
Right on. Thank you.
Dave?
Yeah, real tough question for you here, Jose. But last night, the glove at first base then, was that your glove? How many different gloves do you travel with? And if it was not your glove, whose did you use?
It was not my glove. It was Danny Santana's glove. I tried on Nick Solak's. I don't think it had any catches in it yet, but definitely not no 4-base errors. But I picked up Solak's glove, and I was like, no, this ain't gonna work. So I grabbed Danny's, and I was like, yeah, this one fits and feels good. So.
All right. And then kind of dovetailing off what Levi was just asking you, since you bring it up, the difference in going out to the mound to talk to Kobe Allard versus talking to Lance Lynn. For you, like, that has to be a very different experience.
Honestly, like, once we get out the standing, I guess, relationship, he knows why I'm out there. I know why I'm going out there. We're talking about a game plan, or we're talking about getting back on track, one or two things. But definitely when you go up to Lance in that kind of heated competition, yeah, Lance is he's gonna be like, all right, let's go, let's attack. He's gonna say some things. Colby's gonna listen a little bit more than Lance. Mostly Lance is doing the talking when I go out there, but definitely when I go up with Colby, I say the first couple words first, and then he'll go ahead and say something.
All right, man. Thank you. Safe travels tonight.
Yep.
Anything else for Jose? Last question, we'll go to Chris.
Just to kind of follow up on this whole Allard Lynn thing. With Lynn obviously being the way that he is, have you noticed like Lynn taking a guy like Colby aside and kind of giving him some pointers, especially with them being, pretty alike, in terms of their mentality on the mound?
No, definitely. Lance is the type of leader. He's not very vocal. Lance is more of a like, hey, watch this. It's like, this is how you do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. And then if you have questions, you can ask me. And Lance has always been like that. Ever since I met Lance last year, Lance has always been open to the young guys asking questions and wanting to get better. And that's, very appreciated from the young guys' point. Being able to go up to a guy like Lance Lynn, I would say probably one of the best pitchers in the major leagues right now. That means a lot. And for him to go, I'm open to it. Like, ask me, I'm here to tell you. I think it means a lot. But definitely he'll pull some young guys aside and you kind of talk to them. But for the most part, it's like, hey, I'm going to lead by example, and you get that, and that's perfectly fine.